What's up, people? They are listening to you. Now, before I start, I've done a couple of videos in the past, and I'm going to put the link to those videos on the bottom. One is titled Spytronics, on how they're spying on you through your television, your cell phones, your electronic devices. Even your vehicles, the cars you drive, they're able to track you. And then I did a video on you are being watched. I'm going to also put a link to that video on the bottom. Now, when I made these videos, and if you look at the date when these videos were uploaded, you guys can agree that that could have been some type of prophecy, because everything I talked about in those videos have come to pass. Even when people said that I was paranoid, even when people made jokes and said that I must have been smoking some good weed. But if you look at the way things are set up now and the things that we as citizens of this planet are going through, I'm sure you could attest that I was 210% correct. Now, before I continue, I mentioned in the past of two channels that I have set up, Spooky and protectionknives.com. I'm going to put a link to those two channels on the bottom, and I would appreciate if you guys go and subscribe to those channels. They are listening to you. Now, as you guys notice that Alex Jones, he's a conspiracy theorist like I am. I don't have the platform that Alex Jones have. And Alex Jones, although we speak on some of the same topics, he's got more of a connection to the political arena. He not only supports President Trump, but he's had President Trump on his show. And President Trump listens to Alex Jones. So because of the fact that Alex Jones have so many people's attention, and it's effective, all of the major social media or networkings band together and banned him from the internet. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Now, I'm not sure if he's on Daily Motion. I also have a Daily Motion channel, which is also on the bottom. And I'm going to start uploading all of my videos to Daily Motion just in case YouTube one day decides to ban my channels. And they're banning channels because they're listening to what you say. It really don't matter how many subscribers you have. It's the message that you're sending out in the media or on the internet. So they're listening closely to what you say. Now, there's a movie, an old movie that's been out for a while, and I'm sure many of y'all had already seen it, and it's titled The Enemy of the State, starring Will Smith. And he was an attorney, and he was going about his business, and I guess this guy was running from the police or running from these people that wanted to kill him because apparently he had some type of information, or they believed that he had some type of information. And this dude dropped the tape inside of Will's bag, which the movie ended up, they were after Will. And it was just showing how they were able to upset his entire life. Credit cards, cell phone, you name it. They were able to bug this man's house and listen in to what he's saying and what's going on behind doors. Now they really don't have to bug people's house because people are willfully allowing them to bug their homes. Alexas, all of these little smart devices that's connected to every aspect of your house, your security system that's linked to your heating, that's hooked to your lights, that's hooked to your air condition, that's hooked to your watch that you wear on your arm, that's hooked to your cell phone, that's hooked to your television. Every aspect of your daily living, for those people who have accepted that, had given them clear access to you. So if they chose to, they can completely shut you down. And there's no way you can run nor escape from them, because even when you're in your vehicle, you can be tracked. So, as in the movie, they really don't need to really bug your homes because you're already bugged willfully. So trust me, they are listening in to what you are saying. Now, the video Spytronics, I mentioned about how even through your video game, Nintendo or what have you, they can actually listen to what's going on. Your cell phone, whenever you log on to some type of app, it not only asks you if you want them to have access to your photos, but it asks you if you want your microphone to be activated. They wanted access to your microphone to listen in. Even when your cell phone is off, it's listening in on you. Now, this is not to stir up any fear. It's just to make you aware. Because in spite of everything that's going on in this world, in spite of all the information that was given to people, there are many people that still don't believe. And they still don't know. So they're listening in on you. And you take someone like Alex Jones that had become a threat to the point where they wanted him completely wiped off the internet. Apple Music, Spotify. They removed, at the same time, kicked him off of this island of social networking. So if they were able to do that to Alex Jones that was making them money, think of what they will do to us. And they're already doing that to us. That's why when we upload a video, and I've tested it on YouTube, where I'm careful as to how I word the title and how I put like the little the words in to help find the video. I'm careful. So I start putting like little flowery words. I soften the word. Like the last video I made, and someone made a comment on that. Instead of putting fight, I put brawl, because that's what the newsline read. What happened was YouTube picked up on that and disabled the monetization for it. It has to be reviewed now. So not only they're looking at the words that you type, they're actually listening to what you say. And I'm sure the algorithms pick up on the tone of your voice. It picks up on your tone and the energy behind your tone, and they judge you according to that. So it's quite interesting that you have people like Alex Jones, President Trump, and another thing I want to mention too about Alex Jones being removed from the internet. You take it the major media, CNN, MSNBC, CBS, all of these news stations are anti-Trump. They're all connected to that agenda that they're pushing, and they're brainwashing the average everyday Joe, especially those that are not aware and refuse to be aware. So now you have people that's walking around angry for no apparent reason. Don't even know why they're angry. They think they know. And if you ask, they cannot even start a conversation without mentioning Trump. This one female mentioned to me on Facebook. Actually, she put a status up, and she asked a question regarding the status, and then she says, after she mentioned Trump, she said, this has nothing to do with politics. Then why did you mention him? And he has nothing to do with the topic or the question that you're asking. Look on Twitter. Just about everybody on Twitter that's anti-Trump is 24/7 posting stats about Trump. The people that go to his Twitter page, look at what people are typing 24/7. So people, humans, the average everyday citizen is on some type of witchcraft or spell, and not allowing anyone else to have their own opinions. You can't be your own person. You can't be your own individual. You have to be a part of that mob that attacks when someone else thinks different or believes different than the mass crowd. So they're not only listening in on what you say in your videos, in your audios, your cell phone, your television, but they're also listening in on everyone else that listens to you. So you have people that listen to you unaware that they are being used because they're listening to you on their devices, on their Apple Watches, on their cell phone. They may not have a desktop or an iPad or a laptop, but they have a cell phone. So when the mic is activated in your cell phone, who's listening to what you're listening to? So now conspiracy theorists are now affecting people around them because people are starting to listen. They don't want you to wake up. So they have to silence you in every way they can. And when it comes to Alex Jones, he was moving a lot of people. Whether you want to admit it or not, he was moving people because with millions of listeners and subscribers, he was influencing people. And now we have an election that's coming up. The Democrats are losing ground, and they know that they're losing ground. So they're doing everything in their power to silence the voice of those that support Trump. They don't want to hear the message of people that's not really fighting back. And that right there is mind-blowing to me because with all of the supporters of Trump, with all of the Republicans and conservatives, no one is fighting back, but they're taking abuse from the people that's saying that the Republicans are violent. They're saying that the Republicans are racist. They're saying that the Republicans are spewing hate. At the time, they're spreading hate. They're spreading fear. They're spreading violence. Just look at what happened to Candace Owens recently. And even the black cops that was around in Philly, the white people were yelling at them saying that they were on the wrong side of the fence. They were saying that they were sellouts. So they want black Americans to stay on the bottom. They want you to remain in the same state of mind that you're in today. Bullying other blacks to stay on the plantation. They don't want you off. They're losing grip. They're losing power. And now white people, or the demon craps, are now marching against white supremacy when white supremacy don't affect them. Makes no sense. So back to my topic, and I know I kind of bounced around, but there's just so much that's going on today that the average person can't see, can't hear, or even can't discern. Because the battles that we're dealing with today are spiritual. And I mentioned in a video of the past that the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but they're mighty through Yah for the pulling down of strongholds. So they're listening to you. They're listening to what you say in video. And they're responding to what you are saying in video. The first thing they do, if you're monetizing your videos, they attack that. See, that's why if you're going to monetize your videos, do it because it's a hobby, and why not get paid a little something for what you do? But don't allow it to be your primary income. Allow it to be your second or maybe third income. Your fun income, the money you use to buy your toys with. Or you may go out, or you may go out to eat. And another thing about going out to restaurants that's rejecting conservatives or Republicans, listen, there are so many Trump supporters, there are so many Republicans, so many conservatives. If they don't welcome you in their restaurants, don't go. Conservatives and Republicans, or those that you don't necessarily even have to title yourself something, but if you don't agree with the political or demonic agenda of the demon craps, stop supporting these businesses. Don't go. Because conservatives and Republicans outnumber the demon craps. We can see that because Trump is in office. We can see that because even with the minor elections that's taking place, Republicans are winning. So we outnumber them. So why continue to support them? Why continue to support these restaurants that's showing you that you're not welcome? Why are we still supporting social networking or social media that's showing that we are not welcome and we're being singled out? Why continue supporting that? Now, I mentioned about Willie D and how he was crying basically about his channel being lost. Well, since I've been on YouTube, I've lost close to about 10 channels. And none of those channels had any type of violations on them. One was a dream channel where I was just telling the dreams that I went to sleep and had. I woke up one morning, it's gone. To this day, I can't get it back. I tried a few times, couldn't get it back. Another channel, I was teaching black people or anybody who wanted to listen how to start a business with less money. That channel's gone. So YouTube is listening. They're listening to what you say, and they're starting to hit you or thinking they hit you where it hurts. When they see that it does not affect you to take that money away, when they see that you really don't need their money and you can do and survive without their money, then they start removing your videos. They start banning you from YouTube. They start terminating your accounts. And either you're gonna submit to them and their rules, or you're going to move on. But why sit there and beg? Move on. Like I said, there's Daily Motion. There's other network medias out there that you can use. You can spend money like I did. Go to WordPress. Sign up for WordPress. WordPress is free. If you need more space, if you want to upload your videos, do it on WordPress. Patreon. So there's other avenues that you can use, especially if you already have a following. And if you have followers, man, that truly, sincerely support you, they're loyal to you, they will follow you wherever you go. And you take Tommy Sotomayor, a lot of people don't like him, but they love him. You take him, for example. Everywhere this man goes, people follow him. Because they respect what he says, even those that claim that not to like him still follow him. Right? So keep in mind, people, I know I spoke regarding quite a few things here, but they're listening to you. They are listening to what you say. They're listening to your children in school. If you have a child that the teacher's teaching on a certain topic and your little preschooler or first grader or kindergartner says, I want to go over there. In other words, I'm not interested in what you're talking about. They will label your child. They will label your child with a learning disability because your child is not interested in the agenda they're trying to push. So if your child thinks different than what the teacher is trying to instill in your child, then your child will be labeled, will be documented as having a disability, which will follow them for the rest of their lives. Because your child now is thinking outside of the box. And they want to keep your children within that box. They will label your child as being radicalized if your child basically give them what you taught them. Says, well, okay, you teach this, but my parents taught me this. Now you will be targeted as radicalizing your children. And it could be something as simple as religion. I believe in Christ. So your teacher would try to instill in your child that God don't exist, that Christ is not real. But yet your child will come home and says, well, this is what teacher says. And if your child still bucks against what your teacher is trying to instill in that child, now that teacher has the power to fail your child, to punish your child for not thinking the way they want your child to think. So do you really have control of your own children? Unless, of course, you're a parent like myself that will stand up and fight and go against the system. But not too many are willing to do that because you're afraid of the backlash that you may get, or you're afraid of what you might lose or what they might take from you. So you remain quiet and allow them to seal you, SEAL, with the mark of the beast. And many have accepted the mark of the beast. And I spoke on the mark of the beast in the past. Look at all of the things that's being changed. Look at how strong they're coming against the current president. All because he's maintaining a certain moral standard. Now, he may say some things that's off the rocker. He may have done things before he became president, but yet they're digging so deep into his past. And I'm going to tell you something about Lucifer, and I'm going to end the video. If he can't get to you, if you're too strong for him, if you're too clean for him, regardless of how much he dig into your past, regardless of how he listens in on you, wiretap your phones, regardless of what he do to try to destroy you, if he can't get to you, he will start targeting those that's closest to you. Just sit back and observe. Right now, they're attacking Donald Jr., threatening to lock him up. Just like they're threatening, or they raided his attorney. They attacked his wife, divide and conquer. Trump spoke out against LeBron James because LeBron James spoke out against him. He just responded to him. So now they're using his wife, saying like, well, his wife now apologized to LeBron James. His wife now is going to support LeBron James. That's bringing about divide and conquer, like they did with Bill Cosby. And it's alleged that Bill Cosby's wife filed for the divorce after they destroyed the man. So now they're trying that same trick that worked on President Trump and those that surround him, and even little peons like ourselves that support him. Maxine Waters stood up and said, anywhere you go, if it's at the gas station, if it's at the movie theaters, if it's at the restaurant or the supermarket. So that's what they're doing. But we have to be willing to fight back. Defend ourselves. Don't have to take that. Don't have to put up with that. And if YouTube removes this video, you can still find it on WordPress. So sign up for WordPress and follow me on WordPress.com. The link is on the bottom. Or on Daily Motion. And that link is also on the bottom. So feedback, tell me what you think. Keep in mind, they are listening. Not so much as, just spying in on your microphone, but whenever you put up a video, whenever you type on Facebook, they are watching what you say. And you may think, I'm just a little person. Why are they watching me? Because words have authority. They carry energy and a certain power. They know this. You don't know that, but they know it. And that's why you have to be careful as to what you say, or even how you say it. Even when I try to change the words up, when I put videos up, they will still silence that video because of their algorithms, or because of the fact that there are people, I believe a certain group of people that's watching the videos. And they will come up on their troll account. And if you watch some of these trolls with no videos and no photos, and now you got a few that may put up maybe a couple of videos. That's it. Just put up a couple of videos. You still don't see them, and you really don't hear them. But they just put up a couple of videos just to make it look like, I got videos up. But you still don't know who they are unless you run their IP address. And then you may have people that's like myself that's behind a VPN network. So you really don't know who's listening in on you. And then they will comment your video and try to bring about divide and conquer. And they always attach themselves to someone that disagrees with you. Someone would disagree with you, maybe say 2 years ago. That person today will come and comment on that video or that comment that was 2 years ago putting you down to this individual waiting to get another response. So they target people that don't like you to gang stalk you. The same thing they did with Candace Owens, and they do with everybody that think and support President Trump. So feedback, tell me what you think, subscribe, share this video. Check out the links I put on the bottom. Until next time, I'm fearless.